UValdyRadio.net, Sarah Hobbs right there with Like I Love You. Love that song off Texas Made, going back to 2018. And as luck would have it, with me on the phone right now, probably checking in from East Texas. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to find out. The 2019 Texas Female Vocalist of the Year. I've got Sarah Hobbs on the phone.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
I'm great. Where are you checking in from?
Hey, you nailed it. Because I'm in East Texas.
All right, very good. Very good. So, man, it has been a while since we've talked. And, okay, so let's go and rewind. Last time I saw you in person was at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, right?
Yes, I believe that was the last time.
So we were in Arlington, and that was a good time. And I think I saw you briefly hanging out with your girl, Bree Bagwell. You guys are like, Siamese twins, right?
Always attached at the hip.
And then before that, I think we did a quick phone interview when you and Bree released your Christmas single.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
We giggled the whole time.
So that's really we haven't really been doing much. But then again, I mean, you've kind of been, I don't want to say you've been doing stuff, but you've been fairly dormant, right? Since the release of your last full record. I mean, you've done some duets and stuff, but Sarah, it's so exciting that you have brand spanking new music, right?
Oh my gosh, you and me both. Like, it was a while before I was able to, just because, of course, it's so expensive, and then 2020 hit, and that took away a lot of my funds that I was going to put out new music with. So, yes, I mean, I'm very, very grateful to have been, featured on other people's songs and different duets and background vocals and stuff like that. But to be able to release out, a song of my own again was just everything. I felt like it was Christmas, birthday, everything rolled into one.
So the new song is called Black Bayou, and not only is it an awesome song, but you got an awesome video, companion video for it too. But let's rewind, because we played really heavily that track you did with James Cook, and we haven't had a chance to talk about that yet. So let's get caught up with your collaboration with James Cook. We Both Know Better. Give us just a quick background on that and how that came about.
So James came to me with that song, and it's a song that he wrote about his wife, just kind of the first weekend getaway they ever had, and I love the concept of it. Love that it was about his wife, and he had actually talked to his wife about it and said, this is one of the options, like, this is kind of who I have in mind, and she was like, absolutely yes. So, of course, that made me feel completely honored, and then James is just so easy to work with. He's one of the best guys. So anyway, we went in and got that song knocked out, and it's such a feel-good song.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very blessed to be a part of that one.
I feel like James Cook is almost too good at what he does. Like, his music is so cool, like it's kind of left of center, and maybe not be as radio, you know what I mean? Friendly as it could be, but I feel like he really nailed it with that song. And of course, having you on there, I feel like that really brought some accessibility to what he does. Do you agree with that? Or?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's such an easy listening song.
Yeah.
That, when he was like, I wanted to push this on the radio, I was like, oh man, this is going to be great for radio, because they're going to soak that up, and the listeners are going to love that song because it's so relatable, and it's just a groove, which is still true to who James is, which is amazing and everything, because he just has such this groovy style that is so him. But that song, was able to cross over into, some of the radio listening as well.
Right.
So he did a great job with that.
Well, his voice and his delivery is fantastic, and then having you on there is like the frosting on the cake. It is fantastic.
Oh.
So if you haven't heard that one lately, go find James Cook and Sarah Hobbs. We Both Know Better. Now, real quick, another quick rewind. Now, we mentioned at the top of the interview that, you got 2019 Texas Female Vocalist of the Year. So you're going into 2020 with some momentum, and then, of course, what happens? Womp wah, pandemic. Thank you, COVID. So, Sarah, how did that affect, I guess, like I said, the momentum you had being Female Vocalist of the Year? I think you were nominated like 3 times, right, before you got it?
I believe it was either 3 or 4 times.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So what was that like, I guess, kind of getting that accomplishment, and then kind of, everything kind of slows down to a screeching halt? What was pandemic life for you?
It was heartbreaking, just because we had so many big plans in between March and August of 2020, and just high-paying gigs and big gigs, and, a lot of reach with rodeo and different things like that in different cities, and to have all of that, snatched from us was just, it was heartbreaking. But, you know, I know I'm clearly not the only one. That was everybody. Sure. But, I mean, everybody had that same heartbreak. But, you know, going into it and having that, like you said, the momentum and then everything just kind of coming to a halt, it was rough. And, you know, luckily I was still able to continue to do acoustic shows and, you know, very few full band shows, you know, later on toward the end, more August, September, October-ish. But, you know, it was just one of those things, like, you kind of had to suck it up and just be like, okay, you know, there's got to be a reason for this. I better get ready for 2021, which, in hindsight, I mean, I guess it did allow all of us to really rest our body and rest our voice.
Yeah.
Not that we were begging to do that, but, you know, I think it gave people time with their families, and, you know, there was positives of it, but I think it made us all really realize how blessed we are to do what we do and to never take any kind of show for granted.
No, I think you're right. I feel like I talked to a few people over the last year and a half or so, and one of the resounding answers was, man, you know, we had been touring for 10 years or 5 years or whatever that number was, and, you know, we never took a break, and it's forced us to kind of to slow it down. Would you say there's any other silver linings from that pandemic or anything that, I guess you probably had a lot of downtime? Or did you get closer to family? Did you get any, like, I guess, honeydews or, you know, projects, personal things done?
So, I mean, my family and I are very, very close. So that, you know, that never really changed or wavered, right, because it's always been so close. But I got really into, like, grilling and, like, smoking meat.
Nice.
And so you'd find me out there just like, okay, I'll cook for everybody, anybody. Just bring me what you want to put on the grill.
I'm just surprised anybody can afford beef anymore.
Oh, my God. Well, this was also right before all the prices went up.
Yeah,
this was more when it first started, from, like, March, probably through the summer. And I can't lie, I got pretty good at it. And I very much enjoyed it.
Well, very, very good. That's awesome. So what were, did you happen to have any, like, standout gigs or any kind of cool things, you know, during that whole kind of blur? Or was it all pretty much just, like, Facebook Lives and acoustic shows? And
pretty much it was acoustic shows. You know, we had one full band show more toward October, with Sundance Head, and of course he's always just amazing.
Yeah.
But and has such a great crew as well. But that was one of our only full bands for quite a while.
Wow, man, that's crazy. So you must just be itching to get on out there. Well, I'm sure you're. Are you doing full band shows now? Are we back on it full time?
Back on it. You know, booking full band shows when we can. I absolutely love the full band shows. They're so much fun. I think there's a lot to come in 2022. Working with a good team now as far as getting myself into some other bookings and different places to play. So I'm super thankful for that.
Now, as far as the band goes, did you have a group of guys you're working with before, and are they the same guys now, or did you have to kind of retool and amass a new group?
You know, that's a great question. So I ended up, my lead guitar player, he was able to stay with us, but he also plays for two other bands.
Uh-huh.
But he divides his time up, which, you know, I say luckily, like, I'm not full band every single weekend, so it allows him to be able to play with those other bands, but he, you know, definitely puts us priority and helps out when he can. I lost my bass player, which, I mean, I love them. I'm in contact with them all the time. But, and I don't blame him, because he was able to stay busy with a band throughout the pandemic. And, I mean, he has family to take care of. I don't blame him whatsoever. So I'm in contact with him all the time, and I'm sure we will still play shows together, but the other band that he's with keeps him so busy, and that's the name of the game. That's what we all want. So, and as far as drummer, the drummer and bass player that I actually have playing with me right now play with my lead guitarist in those two other bands.
Oh, cool.
So, that being said, they have a whole groove together, and they make my job so easy because they can read each other so well.
That is awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like instant. Yeah, that's cool. Instant build a band. Very nice.
Really, that's exactly right.
Well, again, we were talking to Sarah Hobbs. She is the 2019 Texas Female Vocalist of the Year. We'll just say that you won last year because we skipped a year. So, Sarah, it is so cool to catch up with you. Let's go to get into it now. We kind of got caught up on what's been going on with you last year and a half or so, but you have got a brand new single to Texas radio and a brand new video to go along with it. It's called Black Bayou, and I told your record promoter, I was like, man, this is like my favorite new female vocalist song of the year. It might be my favorite, overall. I hate to put the girls against boys, but you know how it is. Sometimes we just kind of do that. But when I first heard this song, first of all, I feel like, you put your last full record out in 2018, like we've been talking about. There's been a whole bunch of nothing going on overall. And here we are with brand new stuff. And I was like, man, I hope this is really good because I really need it to be good. And it is so awesome. I love it.
That makes my whole heart happy.
So let's talk about, first of all, the song Black Bayou. Did you write it? Who brought it to you? Give us all the backgrounds on the song itself.
Okay, so Black Bayou was written by Heather Little, which she co-wrote Gunpowder and Lead for Miranda Lambert.
Uh-huh.
And the other co-writer is Brad Percy. And he is the lead guitarist for Old Dominion.
Wow.
So, that's just a power crew anyway. And I was just kind of shopping for songs. I have a few of mine that, probably go on the EP whenever that comes out. But I was like, you know what? I want to kind of shop around and find something that is just let the song win and bust back out with something super powerful. And they sent me, I told them kind of the direction I wanted to go, and they sent me a list of demos that they thought that would fit me well. Well, that was like the third one that I heard, and I was like, I don't even need to hear anymore. This is it. This one is everything. I resonate with this one. It's so different. It's so cool. It's so vibey. And it was just like a little acoustic recording on a phone. It wasn't even a full-on demo.
Wow.
Still, it was strong enough to where it bled through just on that kind of demo. And then when we went in the studio to cut it and see like a song like that come alive, and you see the other musicians like just loving it, then I was like, all right, this is a special song.
It really, really is. It's just got all those cool factors about a song, and especially, like I said, you've taken a break. So coming out strong with a single like this is just, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. And I love these types of songs. Like, I don't know if these might be obscure titles to you, but songs like Uncle Tom's Cabin by Warrant, the old hair band. And
yes.
Do you remember like Water's Edge by 7 Mary 3, that old 90s rock band? But songs about, something dark, murder, something happening, whether it's in the brushes or somewhere, secretive and a body and a corpse and just, oh man, that stuff just kind of, it's so visual, I think, and it just kind of takes you places. Great storytelling song.
You nailed it with that, with the visual. Like, it's such a story song. The first time you hear it, you have the movie in your head.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. You're imagining every single part. And I love songs like that. Because there's not a ton of them.
Right.
But, like you said, the visuals of it. So doing the video, was just like, I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. And when they sent me the plan, the production plan for everything, I was like, oh, this is spot on. This is going to be great.
Well, let's talk about the video because it just debuted earlier this week, I guess, right? So, a hot new video, and I know it's already been picked up on a few places. You can watch it, right? So let's brag about it. Where has this thing been featured so far?
Okay, so one of our very first pickups was the Heartland Network, and they're a pretty big deal. They're a major country video channel, and they have like 20 million viewers, so household viewers. So that was a great one. Stars Over Texas, they picked it up. Hot Country TV in Ireland, which is really, really cool.
Nice.
And then a TV show in Switzerland. So I'm like, all right, well, I'd like to go to Switzerland. Let's all go.
Yeah, that's worldwide, man. That's crazy. It's all over the place.
And then one of the coolest ones, I think, so far, which was a big one, CMT Australia picked it up.
Nice.
So I am very thankful for that, and I hope their US of A folks will pick up on.
You hear that, CMT? I know you're listening. Got to get that on in heavy rotation, man. That's awesome. Well, it is a fantastic video. It looks super sharp, high quality. Let's talk about the production, shooting of it, getting out there on, on a boat. Is that something you do regularly, or was that real hard for you to kind of,
Oh, my gosh. It's so funny because I've had so many messages that says, I would love to see the behind the scenes of you rowing that little boat. Don't I understand that I'm from here? Like, I do these things. Now, granted, I don't just weekly go and be like, I think I'm going to row a boat this week.
Well, and in a pretty red dress, right? I mean, you didn't look dressed for the part for really. Got to fancy it up for the music video.
Exactly. They were like, we just want it as dramatic as possible. So, I grew up doing stuff like that, so that wasn't a problem as far as rowing it myself and getting in it and all that. They were like, are you okay to do that? And I was like, yeah. Let's go.
So as far as the story, who put together the concept, you know what I mean, and the storyboards or whatever that's involved? Let's talk about that kind of, that part of it all.
Absolutely. So the Playlist Films was the production team behind it. Casey James, who is just a genius, he put together the storyline, the treatment plan and everything, and his crew that he had, it was a 3-man crew. And, we were running all over the place, too, to get different scenes at different places. And if you know anything about East Texas, everything is far apart. Mm-hmm. It's not like, let's run 5 miles down the road. It's 20 miles down here, and then 30 miles over here, and then 16 miles back over here. But it was all worth it because every scene tied in and made perfect sense. And it all meshed well together, and we were on a minute-by-minute schedule as far as everything, but yeah, Casey just knocked it out of the park as far as direction, and he made it easy. He always does. This is my, I think, 3rd time getting to work with him, and, I can't wait till the next one. They are hands down some of the best.
Well, I was going to say, do you feel comfortable in front of the camera? I mean, I know you're obviously comfortable on stage and singing in the studio, and you're beautiful, so you should be. But what is that dynamic like? How is that different from having the camera on you versus the microphone, or just the viewers, the watchers at a show?
I actually really like acting. It sounds as random as all get out, but I really do enjoy it. Anytime I've been part of a video or anything, it's so much fun to me. And, of course I did, going way back, one-act play stuff in high school, and always really liked it and enjoyed it. And I think that bled over to enjoying and being able to perform. But, yes, as far as stage performance and camera performance, it's 2 very different things, but they do go hand in hand.
Very good.
And I very much enjoy being in front of the camera, as weird as that sounds.
Well, you look great. You did a great job in the video. Again, we're talking to Sarah Hobbs. She's got a brand new single and video, Black Bayou. Go on Google, find it, and watch it, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Now, Sarah, I got to say this, okay? So when you listen to the song, it's got a mystery. It's got kind of a, just kind of a darkness to it. But in the video, you're Sarah Hobbs. You're East Texan girl. You're cute. You're smiling. You're sassy. You know what I mean? So I was a little surprised, that you weren't as kind of dark. And now there was a couple of faces, I believe, where you look a little more sinister, but you played it pretty cute too, which I thought was kind of neat because when I hear the song on the radio, it sounds more mysterious. But when I watch the video, it seems a little bit more fun. How do you feel like the song should be interpreted, or is both the right answer?
So it's kind of both is the right answer. That's exactly you hit the nail on the head. We wanted it to be kind of this tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny,
right.
Basically me being just this almost crazy, obsessive, almost a Marie Laveau feel. There's shots of it that, like you said, is got that spooky, dark, eerie feel, and then you flash over and see me eating a sandwich, no big deal. No big deal. I just tossed somebody over the side of a boat. So we wanted it kind of a little bit of the drama, but a little bit of comic relief in some parts of it as well. Just it fit the song and it fit my personality, and then watching it back with the video, it all makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it's even more special to some of us who know you, and
yes.
kind of see, so let's go ahead and let's talk about the future. What's to come? I think you teased that maybe an EP was on the way. What are you recording? What are you writing? What's in the future for Sarah Hobbs?
So I am writing some. I've got to get a couple of more co-writes under my belt. Definitely. Love those. We do have 2 more that we've already cut, and they are both fantastic songs. They're both demos that were shot over to me as well, and I mean, I fell in love with the songs. One is very, Heather Little was a writer on that song as well, and the other writer on it was Jessie Jo Dillon, which is Dean Dillon's daughter. And Dean Dillon, of course, is the godfather of songwriting. But anyway, and then the other one is just as boot scooting country as you can possibly get, which is so fun. But we'll probably end up recording about 3 more. And, I don't know if it's going to be more maybe the end or middle of maybe 2022 when something like that would come out. But I know that once Black Bayou runs its course and, it's topped out, we have a follow-up single ready to roll right after that.
Nice. I love hearing that. That's awesome.
I do, too. I'm so beyond thankful because, like you said, with the momentum thing, you have to gain the momentum, and you have to put out the singles, and you have to be doing the full band shows, and you have to do this, and you have to show face here, and then to have all that shut down or put in, the money and the work, and then not do anything for 6 months is just terrible. You can't do it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's safe to say that Sarah Hobbs is back and better than ever, so we are so excited. Now, Sarah, as we wrap it up, I think I just saw on Facebook recently at the TCMA site that you're going to be presenting at the TCMA Awards in November. Is that correct?
You are very correct. So, and you're going to love this because it's our girl. Me and Bree will be presenting, I believe, I won't say the award, but we'll be presenting a big award together, and which will be just hilarious in itself.
Well, I cannot wait to see you there. UvaldeRadio.net is up for Internet Radio Station of the Year. Cool, huh?
Woo-hoo! I love it.
So,
as they should be. Any
of your friends or are you anybody nominated that's that you're rooting for?
Of course, I'm rooting for them all. They're all mine.
Right.
I'm excited to see the winners on this year. Because it's a good one. I think it's a good run for everybody.
And it's been a crazy, crazy year because it's been a year that unlike any that the industry has seen, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, and we're going to be performing full band one song. So excited about that.
That is exciting. Okay, that's going to be November 14th at Billy Bob's, Texas, the world's biggest honky-tonk over in Fort Worth in the Stockyard. So everybody get on out. It's open to the public, so get your tickets to go see all kinds of great music, awards, Aaron Watson headlining, and Sarah Hobbs performing as well. So very cool. All right, Sarah, I guess as we wrap this up, give us your all the websites, social media, all the ways to find you and how to view Black Bayou.
So the very best way to view Black Bayou is the YouTube link. And that's on our Facebook page, which is at Sarah Hobbs Music. And the YouTube link is the one that people need to share. There's actually 2 videos on there, but the one that says YouTube is the one that we need to share. As far as Instagram, it's also at Sarah Hobbs Music. And then that segues me in right to, we just had the website completely redone. It's revamped and looks so great. Bubble Up did a wonderful job with it. And it's sarahhobbsmusic.com, and all the tour dates are on there. Of course, the video's on there. So, yeah, come see us soon. And it's been so good talking to you.
It has been so awesome catching up. I'm so excited for you. I love this new song. So let's go ahead and get it on. You want to introduce it?
Absolutely. That sounds
all right.
Great to me.
Go ahead, bring it on.
All right. Hey, y'all, this is Sarah Hobbs, and this is our brand new single, Black Bayou.
That is awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you.
Thanks, y'all. Hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
Black Bayou, I got a secret too. Black Bayou, you won't tell, will you? Well, sometimes a man just don't know no better. You tell me, if a girl like that was stealing yours, would you let her? He pulled her close, told her he loved her, saw the whole thing, arms all around her. She was all bright, I love you too. Felt something snap, fire started burning behind my eyes. Wheels started turning, that's when it hit me what I had to do. Black Bayou, I got a secret too. Well, did you know a bag of bricks won't float? But I do in my little boat. It ain't got a motor, it don't make no sound. You toss all your troubles over the side and they just sink right down, down, down. He pulled her close, told her he loved her, kissed her again, arms all around her. She was all crying, I love you too. I felt something snap, fire started burning behind my eyes. Wheels started turning, and that's when it hit me what I had to do. Black Bayou, I got a secret too. Sometimes a man just don't know no better. She promised him the rest of her life, and he promised me forever. I felt something snap, fire started burning behind my eyes. Wheels started turning, and that's when I